So yesterday's recording has been shared, so you can avail of that. And seeking blessings of Jiva Goswami, we entered or we initiate the venture of studying Sri Harinama Vyakanam, feeling the presence of Jiva Goswami and his guidance. Of course, this is his book, his work. So of course we are um, under the guidance of Jiva Goswami. So today is Lalita Shashti also, experience with Lalita ji. And just so yesterday we began uh, with the Mangala Charanam, the invocation of the book of Harinama Vyakanam presented by Jiva Goswami. That can be heard. So the basic 2 points in the Mangala Charanam were in the first verse. So there are 4 verses in the Mangala Charanam, 4 shlokas. So the first verse mentioned about uh, the purpose of compiling Harinama Vyakanam. The purpose of studying Harinama Vyakanam is to worship Krishna, and the prayojana of studying grammar would be ultimately to get bliss from Krishna, from the scriptures related to Krishna. So that's the purpose which is mentioned, the prayojana which is mentioned in the very first verse. And then the target audience, who are the audience, the candidates, adhikari, you know. Uh, so to study Harinama Vyakanam, so Vaishnavartham, Jiva Goswami says that Harinama Vyakanam is specifically done, compiled for the sake of the devotees, so that the devotees need not go elsewhere to study Sanskrit grammar, especially, and then because Sanskrit, the study of Sanskrit is not alone. If you go to other sampradayas, mm, let's say some school belonging to impersonalists and so on. So along with Sanskrit, other scriptures are also taught. So if we go to some another sampradayas or some another line and study the language there, so naturally we'll be introduced to the philosophies which they prefer and which they accept, right? So it's not just grammar, it's the whole set of philosophy which comes with grammar. So Jiva Goswami safeguarded us by presenting Harinama Vyakanam. And then, of course, we have the whole bunch of Shastras, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Shastras, especially. Then a few other points were that uh, already prior to the compilation of Harinama Vyakanam, there were a couple of Vyakaranams like Panini, Muktadhod, Saraswata, Satantra, and so on, existing prior to Harinama Vyakanam. So, what was the special need to compile one more system? Um, so, in response to that, Jiva Goswami says that there are few flaws, he says, in other systems. First of all, no grammar, there is no contact of Krishna, Krishna's name, root, form, anything of Krishna in either of the grammars. It's it's just devoid of uh, Krishna Tattva, anything belonging to Krishna. So that makes anything for a devotee a place of garbage, as per Srimad Bhagavatam, where the crows go. Second thing, the presentation is quite typical, very unsystematic. Jatitam, he said, in other grammars. So, and all the other grammars are near us, are compared with the desert region, where if one wants to, one looking for water or some rasa, some taste, some mellow, so he'll just be, um, his all his endeavors would be futile. Yeah, right. Just like if someone searches for water in a desert, then it's unavailable. So all the efforts are futile there. So nothing to be gained. Similarly, from such grammars, nothing could be gained. Mm. So Jiva Goswami invites devotees, especially, and all others also, to come and study uh, this grammar, to drink the nectar of the holy names of the Lord. Um, right. So this book is called Harinama Amrita Vyakranam. Harinam means the Lord's names, right? Harinam. Amrita is nectar. So the grammar, which is like the nectar of the holy names of the Lord. So basically, Jiva Goswami will define all the concepts. He will give examples based on Krishna's holy names, as we will be saying in a moment. Then Jiva Goswami ended the Mangala Charanam with the point that although Krishna's holy names are primarily to be chanted, to be uttered in order to achieve love of Godhead, but even if one does chant the holy names of the Lord in a secondary sense, in an indirect sense way, just like here we will be studying grammar, taking the names of Krishna. So even in such secondary usage, indirect usage, uh, we will be greatly benefited. And he quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, that one will get freed from the reactions, unlimited reactions of all one's sins by taking the holy names of the Lord indirectly, and this is accepted by the authority. So in this way, he completes his Mangalacharana and then he moves on uh, with the sutras. Okay. Also, one thing is if there is any question in between, anything to say, you can simply maybe raise your virtual hand or you can simply say out. That's fine. It's okay in the class. We are a small group, so that's fine. Okay. So there are 7 chapters in the book. So in the yesterday's recording, you can look for that. The first chapter is Sangya and Sandhi. Sangya refers to the terminologies where Jiva Goswami will define various groups. He will, define different vowels, different consonants in various groups. So that's Sangya. Then next, in the first chapter, the second part would be Sandhi. So Sandhi means the phonetic combination. For example, Janmadhyasya, the very first verse of Bhagavatam. Janmadhyasya. So it's written like this, Janmadhyasya, right? Now here Sandhi is done. So how to undo the Sandhi is Janma is one word, Adi is another word, and Asya is another word. So if you see, by doing Sandhi, Sandhi means we combine 2 letters and it becomes something different. So here the Sandhi was done, combination. Generally, Sandhi means alliance, coming together. Even if we see in the if we see in the politics also, maybe the current politics, or maybe in the history, Mahabharata and all, this concept of Sandhi is quite prevalent, right? Rampant, where one king would do Sandhi, would do alliance with another king in order to, strengthen himself and so on. Duryodhana did alliance with so many kings when he was to prepare for Mahabharata. In fact, he gave his sister Tushala to the king of Sindhu Nare, the Sindhu, Jayadratha, who was the enemy of the Kuru dynasty. But still, he gave why just to do alliance with, do sandhi with uh, the Sindhu Pradesh, the region of Sindhu and Jayadratha and company. So sandhi is alliance coming together, joining. So here we are doing sandhi of letters, right? Janma is a complete word, and the letter it is the letter only, right? So sandhi happens between the letters. So here the sandhi happened, so we get Janmadi, and here this E turned into year. Why? So that's also sandhi. So that's the second part of first chapter. Okay. Beginning with the first sutra, Narayana Udbhuto Ayam Varnagrama. So for Vishwa Kalyan Prabhu, you just arrived. So a few devotees have recently joined. So yesterday we did the Mangala Charanam, and so today we'll again be doing these sutras from Sangya Prakarana. Hope that's fine with you, Vishwa Kalyan.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Narayanad Udbhutoyam Varna Krama. This series of Varna, the Sanskrit alphabet, appeared from Narayan. Here, let me explain you the pattern in the book. So if you see this one, so this is the sutra, right? When I was studying, I started studying Harinamamrita Vyakaranam. So before this, I was used to studying the shlokas, right, in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, ityadi. But I was quite uh, inquisitive. What are sutras like? How do they look? Like sutras are compact. How do they look? So when I started studying Harinamamrita Vyakaranam, so I got to know, okay, sutras are such. They are not shlokas. They are just short sentences, you can say, very compact uh, sentences which convey a meaning, which conveys something. Um, right. So the pattern in the book is, first of all, in this Devanagari, sutra is given. Then the transliteration, Roman transliteration of the sutra is given. Next to it is the synonym, word meaning, like BBT books. Then the translation of the sutra. Okay, that's one thing. Then the next part is, if you see these, this is Sanskrit in Roman and italic fonts typeface. So this is the commentary on the sutra. So sutras are written by Jiva Goswami. So this commentary, this Tika also is written by Jiva Goswami on the sutras. So each sutra will have such commentary, and this commentary, this Tika is known as Vritti. So this Vritti commentary is written by Jiva Goswami himself. So it's a fashion that when someone writes a sutra, so the author can explain the concepts in the sutra mm, in a separate commentary to the sutras. Because sutras are supposed to be compact, so not everything could be explained there, right? So commentaries are given. So such are the commentaries. So this is the commentary in Sanskrit presented here in Roman transliteration. Then the translation of the Vritti commentary is done, is given. So there are total four commentaries for the sutras. The first commentary I'll again share this one. Uh, so this is the doc I've shared with you. So whatever I'm writing here in the class, at any point of time in any class, will I'll write in this doc only, so it will automatically get updated. This is Google Doc, so you can avail of it. So four commentaries for the sutras are, the first one is Vritti itself by Jiva Goswami. Then another commentary is Bala Toshani, Tika. The author's name is given. Then the next one is Amrita Swadini Tika. So that's just called like a nickname, Amrita. And the fifth one is Sankshodhani. So, so Vritti is given by Jiva Goswami on his own sutras. Then Bala, Toshani, and Amrita Swadhani. So in the book, it will be written Bala and Amrita. ahead of the tikas, the commentary. So they are written by few successors or in the lineage, in the parampara. Um, so one was Hare Krishna Acharya, and the second one we'll have to check. So they also wrote commentaries on the sutras. So when I say commentaries, so basically commentaries are given in order to clarify the sutra, any doubt if there for the sutras. Sometimes the commentaries make something easy difficult also, by going into explaining too extensively. That's also there. And the last one, the last Tika Sankshodhani is done by Matsya Avatar Prabhu, uh, who compiled, who translated this book, the PDF we're studying from. So this Sankshodhani is a recent one, just a decade ago maybe. So yeah, so for the sutras, these four commentaries are given. So it's possible that not all the commentaries may be there for each sutra. Sometimes Vritti would be there, Bala, Amrita, and Sankshodhani. They might be there, they might not be there, individually or collectively. Depends on the sutra. If explanation is required, so commentaries would be there. Okay, that's fine. So the first sutra was that the Sanskrit alphabet came, the origin was from Lord Narayana. Now I hope all of us know the Sanskrit alphabet in sequence, in order. So first comes the vowels, a, e, u, ri, ri, a, I, o. So 14 vowels are there. Then two special sounds, and aha. Okay. And then the consonants, ka, kha, ga, kha, nga, cha, cha, ja, cha, nya, ta, tha, da, tha, na, ta, tha, da, tha, na, pa, pha, ba, pha, ma, ya, ra, la, va, sh, sh, sa, ha. Yeah, till ha only. So 14 vowels, then 33 consonants. So basically 47, right? And then two special sounds, so 49 letters, 49 of them. So we all should know these letters in sequence, the vowels and the consonants. Does everyone know? Nagendra, you did them? I believe you said that you will work on them, right?
Yes, Prabhu, I know.
Okay, so yeah, please work on them in sequence to memorize these letters. Moving ahead, so all these are commentaries. So you can try to read them um, in your self-study time. The second sutra says, Tatradau Chaturdasha Sarveshwara. The first 14 letters in the alphabet, the list of alphabet, basically which are the vowels, they are called Sarveshwaras. So the first 14 varnas, the letters of the alphabet, are called Sarveshwaras. So the vowels in Harinama Vyakaranam are called Sarveshwara. Sarveshwara. You see how Jiva Goswami is naming the vowels related to Krishna. So Sarveshwara, the independent Lord. The meaning is independent Lord, but in Harinama Vyakaranam, Sarveshwara means the vowels, the first 14 letters. So they are as follows: A, E, U, A, I, O, and Au. Okay. So these are the Sarveshwara. Then Dashavatara. The first 10 varnas of the alphabet are called Dashavataras. Now the 10 varnas, the first 10 varnas of the alphabet are called Dashavataras. So the first 10 vowels, A, E, U, R, and R. So these 10 together are called the Dashavatara. So this in this way, Jiva Goswami is grouping them. Sarveshwara, then we did the Dashavatara. Now, okay, so the Dashavataras are the long A, E, long E, U, the long U, Ri, the long Ri, Ri, the long Ri. These Ri and Ri, they are quite rare, but still we'll cover for the sake of covering. So these are the Dashavataras, 10 of them. Then the next sutra says, Tesham Dvau Vav Ekatmato. Among the Dashavataras, the 10 of them, both varnas of each consecutive pair are called ekatmakas. Okay, for example, like we have 5 pairs here, right? 5 pairs. This is first pair, and A, then the second pair is E, then U, and so on. Now, and A, they are ekatmakas. Ekatmakas means that only their external form looks different, like and the A, short and the long A, but they are the same letter. One Atma, one soul, 2 bodies. Like Radha Krishna, Ekatmana Vipura, they Bhedam Gatam Tav. They are Ekatma, one soul, but they have Bhedam. They divided themselves into 2, as per Chaitanya Charitamrita. Similarly, and also one more example is Vamanadev, Lord Vamanadev, when he came to beg alms from Bali Maharaj, he came as a dwarf in short form, but then he expanded himself in Trivikrama form. Similarly, this short and the long vowels, they are one only, just the forms are different, like Vamana and Trivikrama. Now, the point could be asked, now what is the usage of utility of studying this? So as we start doing sandhis, then we will understand why are we doing this ekatmaka concept. Now, in ekatmaka concept, there are 4 possibilities. So and a are ekatmakas. That means is equal to then a is equal to right? Now the third possibility is is equal to long a, and the long a is equal to the short a. Just remember this, and when we do sandhis, then we will implement these 4 possibilities. So basically, the ekatmakas, they are same, just different forms. Okay, so they are 5 pairs of ekatmakas. The usage we will learn ahead. The next sutra says Purvo Vamanaha and Parastari Vikrama, Sutra 6. So the short vowel, these are the short vowels, right? These, the first row here, these are the short vowels, and these are the long vowels. The short vowels in Harinamamrit Vyakaranam, they are called the Vamana Aksharas, because Lord Vamana came as a dwarf, short, small. So Vamana, and the long vowels are called then, what would they be called?
Trivikrama.
Trivikrama. Trivikrama Akshara. Because Trivikrama he became long, tall, he expanded himself. So Vamana Akshara means the short vowels, Trivikrama Akshara means the long vowels. In general, grammars, others, the short vowels are also called Rasva or Laghu, and the long ones are called Dirgha or Guru. Guru Akshara. Just in case if you come across. Okay, the
How
show.
are you typing the diacritics, Prabhu? You have a
Okay.
software?
Yeah, I'll share this with you in the group. Okay, so I have already shared now in the group. Prabhu. Yeah, so it's there. You can install this. This is called Sanskrit Writer, and you can just explore it, and it's very easy to use. You can type
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much.
Very good. Okay, so that was the Vaman and Trivikram. So we did the Sarveshwaras, the first 14 vowels. Uh, then we did the Shavataras, the first 10 of them, the vowels. Then we studied the Ekatmakas, then the short vowels, Vamana Aksharas, then the long vowels, Trivikrama Aksharas. A Varjitah Sarveshwara Ishvara, Sutra 7. Now, if we remove or exclude the and A, these two letters from Sarveshwaras, the 14 of them, then the remaining 12 will be called Ishwaras. Okay, E, E, U, U, A, I, O. These 12 are called Ishwaras. So, Sarveshwaras, excluding A and A, are called Ishwaras. Then Dashavatara, Isha, and if we exclude A and A from the list of Dashavataras, the 10 of them, then the remaining 8 letters are called Isha. Simple. Isha. A. These are very simple groups, but they are uh, like around maybe let's say 20, 25, 13 numbers. So initially it takes time to, assemble them or gather them into the memory. But it happens, it takes place in the mind. So Ananta. These 6 letters together are called Anantas. So we are not studying the commentaries here. We'll be studying commentaries where it will be too necessary. Otherwise, you can go through these commentaries oyo on your own, like in your self-study time. E, E, U, Chatuhsana. These 4 letters are called Chatuhsanas. U, Tri, Chaturbhuja. These 4 letters are called Chaturbhuja. U, Tri, and Tri. A, I, O, Chaturvyuha. These 4 letters, A, I, O, and O, are called Chaturvyuhas. And one special thing about these 4 letters are all of these 4 letters are Trivikramaksharas. They all are long vowels. Generally, uh, people mistake A and O as short vowels, but they are not. All of these 4 are long vowels. Then Ang iti Vishnu Chakram. This Ang, which is generally called Anuswara, like in English, M with a dot above, is called Vishnu Chakra. You see how Jiva Goswami is naming, right? Based on Krishna's, the Lord's holy names. Then Ang iti Vishnu Chapa. So this Chandra Bindu, like half moon and a dot above. So generally called Chandra Bindu, Jiva Goswami calls it Vishnu Chapa. So Chapa means the bow of Lord Vishnu. Aha iti Vishnu Sargaha. So this is generally called Visarga, hatch with a dot underneath. So generally called Visarga, here it is called Vishnu Sarga. Okay. Moving ahead. Kadayo Vishnu Jana. Now all the consonants, now the vowels are done, those special sounds are done, coming to the consonants. Now the groups pertaining to the consonants would be made. So all the consonants from Ka onwards, all of them together are called Vishnu Janas. All the vowels were called Sarveshwaras. All the consonants are called Vishnu Janas. Now, why Sarveshwar and why Vishnu Jana? So, Jiva Goswami explains just like the Lord is independent, he doesn't. Uh, so, The Lord is independent, that's why he is called Sarveshwara. But Vishnu Janas, the people, us, like us, we are dependent on the Lord for our survival, right? That's why we are the Vishnu Janas. Similarly, vowels are independent. They do not need the support of the consonants in order to be pronounced. We can pronounce the vowels independently, like e, and so on. But the consonants need the support of either of the vowels in order to be pronounced. I'm talking of the Sanskrit consonants. You cannot pronounce any consonant without the help of a vowel. Just try pronouncing. Okay, first of all, try pronouncing this together. So this would be k. And if I remove the now how will you pronounce this one? K. Even if you try saying k, k, something like this, still we are pronouncing the in it. So that's why so basically the point is the Vishnu Janas, the consonants can't be pronounced independent of the vowels. That's why they are called Vishnu Janas. So all the Vishnu Janas are here from ka onwards until Then the first 25 consonants, te manta panch Vishnu varga. So the first Vishnu Janas from ka to ma, basically the first 25 of them, when arranged in 5 groups of 5, are called Vishnu vargas. So basically like this. So here if you see, we have 25 letters, each arranged in 5 groups. So altogether they are called Vishnu vargas, and separately we have ka varga. So ka varga means these 5 letters, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Similarly, cha varga means cha, cha, ja, janya, and so on. Ta varga, and pa varga. We know pa varga and apa varga from Bhagavatam. That is well known. So that comes from here. Pa, 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 pa. So these are called the Vishnu vargas. Now, this first column is called Hari Kamala. Is called Hari Kamala. Pachatatapa Hari Kamalani. The second column, all these 5 letters, are called Hari Khadga. Hari Khadga. Khachatatapa Hari Khadga. So Hari Kamala, Hari Khadga. Then the third column, these 5 letters, Gajadadaba, are called Hari Gada. Hari Gada. Then the fourth one, Gajadadaba, they are called Hari Ghosh. Hari Ghosh. And the fifth column, all these letters together, are called Hari Venus. Hari Venus. So these are the next 5 sutras. I just showed it here on this chart. So the first one is Hari Kamala, then Hari Khadga, Hari Gada, Hari Ghosh, Hari Venu. So you can check them underneath here. So 18th is explaining what Hari Kamala is, then Hari Khadga, Hari Gada, Hari Ghosh, and Hari Venus. Now, if we remove the Hari Venus from the Vishnu Varga chart, those Vishnu Dasa. The Vishnu Vargas, excluding the Hari Venus, are called Vishnu Dasas. So we had those 25 letters. So when we remove the last column, which was the Hari Venu, so the remaining letters are called Vishnu Das. Vishnu Das. It might feel like too much, too many groups now, unable to handle. But you take your time meanwhile, and until the next class, and you can grasp them, assimilate them. Then Yara Lava Hari Mitrani. These 4 letters are called Hari Mitras. Yara Lava. Sha Sha Sa Ha Hari Gotrani. These 4 letters are called Hari Gotras. Sha sh, sa, and ha. Harigotras. Sh, sh, sa, shaurayah. Only these letters, ha is not there now. Only these three are called shauri. Shauri. Okay, so we'll stop here for today. In the next class, we'll complete the Sangya. Uh, Sangya has around 40 sutras. 36 or 40. Anything here? So it would be really good if at least we can memorize the Sangya Sutras, the sutras in the Sangya chapter, at least, because they are the foundation of the whole book. And if not possible, then at least uh, we should know the names of the groups and the pertaining letters in those groups. If I say Vishnu Das, then Vishnu Das, okay, Vishnu Das means all those letters. What is Shauri? Shauri means all these letters, and so on. So, okay, so we'll stop here. So, anything, any question, anything to say here? So, the files I'll share again this PDF and in the group for the devotees who have joined newly. So, you can avail it. Okay, so if nothing else, there is nothing too much to discuss here. It's not a philosophy, the definitions there, groups. So please do memorize the groups. Please put in some time here initially, at least. It would be good for moving ahead and studying. So we'll resume the next week, the same time, Wednesday, Thursday, and yeah, we'll move on. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.